Let's talk about the currency trade, where the Indian rupee slipped in trade today despite some gains in the equity markets. The fund flows into equity markets were relatively subdued today, but there was also lower closing because of RBI intervention. We understand that RBI intervened at 58.98 levels to the dollar. The rupee had opened stronger, tracking gains in Asian equities, and then our own Indian markets also hit record highs on continued hopes of wide-ranging reforms. But in the second half of the trade, we saw currency getting slightly weaker and ending at the lowest point of the session. Still, 59.20 to the dollar is the kind of levels which are maintained. So that big bout of weakness actually came in the last hour. So between 4 and 5, after the equity markets shut, there was some weakness coming in. Vijay, of course, is with us, but Satyajit Kanjilal of Forex Serve also joins us on the show. Satyajit, let me come to you. Do you think in the medium term, it is that rupee would continue trading around the 59 mark? It may not depreciate a whole lot, but at the same time, good commentary, all of that will keep, rupee on a firm footing?
Exactly. I think you have summed it up very well, because at this point of time, since the RBI is quite keen on ensuring that there is no panic in terms of the rupee strengthening very fast over a period of time, they are making sort of a continuous effort to ensure that there's a flow somewhere just below 59 at this point of time. That does not mean that they are indicating a level. It just means that they're buying dollars at this point of time and they're absorbing the flows. They have many large payments to make over the next 1 year, actually. So I think they feel happy at this point of time to buy the dollars. At the same time, the issue is about the actual delivery of this government and how things pan out. Up to now, it has been theoretical assumptions and hope, and now the reality will have to be shown on hard facts. So therefore, and then again, the monsoon you were talking about a little while ago, it has to clearly indicate that it's going to help the inflation to come down a few digits. So if all that happens, then rupee could actually strengthen up to even 57. So I think that 57, 59 plus minus 0.5% is where the levels could be.
Satyajit, just a follow-up question. If the commentary coming in from Met this evening is received or absorbed positively, do you think that will help rupee to open stronger tomorrow? Because the flows into equities have not been very strong. And by now, the detailed analysis of presidential speech also is done. So between now and the budget, the triggers are mostly off.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, we have seen in Kerala, the rains have been fairly decent and it's moving and you've seen the clouds in Mumbai as well have gathered, but how much they're going to deliver is another question.
Vijay, right, okay, I'll just come to you. Vijay, on charts, technically talking, what kind of levels are we looking at the rupee dollar pair right now?
Ajay, I'll speak about the prompt month futures on the currency derivative segment on the NSE. I've maintained that the scope for appreciation of the rupee is fairly curtailed beyond 58. I would give it 20 paise more or less to appreciate beyond 58 levels. And if I was to get the USD INR pair at approximately 58.20 to 58.30 kind of levels, I would be a keen buyer on the USD INR.
One more comment, Vijay, I would like to, get from you. Ever since the ECB commentary has been, slightly on pro-growth and dovish for the entire region, the emerging market currency pack did react a bit. But it did not really sustain those strong levels. What are the cues you're reading out of the ECB region?
Ajay, my guess is the euro is likely to either stagnate or remain under pressure vis-a-vis the dollar. And the dollar remaining strong will not really be a good thing for emerging market currencies. It'll keep the emerging market currencies on the back foot, including the INR. So I would, that's why I buttress my argument about the scope for appreciation of the rupee being fairly limited.
Satyajit, how are you looking at the global factors which are playing on the rupee? You spoke about the domestic factors, but there are some concerns rising in the US, the way yields are behaving over there.
It's true. We feel that the global markets at this point of time are panning out, somewhat, depressed in the sense that China doesn't seem to be really getting out of it, a slightly slow growth as we see there. Europe obviously has put its hands up, and America is blowing hot, blowing cold. If one could say that in one month you find the employment and retail sales keeping up, and the next one you find that it's not so good. So they continue with their quantitative easing, which is keeping the dollar weaker on the side of the scale. And by now one would have expected that the euro could have even gone down to 133, 134, but it's still holding above 136.50, which is just about 1.5% away from the peak seen a few months ago. So the euro intrinsically is holding its ground, and dollar is chipping away at it across the board against most currencies, but not appreciably. So what I feel is that globally the main factors that are sort of driving flows is growth, and that does not seem to be, there does not seem to be a very clear answer as to which is going to be the major engine in the world which is going to take us into the next couple of years. So people are still asking questions, and answers are few and far between.
Right, Satyajit, Vijay, we'll let you go on that one. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show.